morning. My challenge today is to put this moment in context. And to do that, I need to get really big picture for about 30 seconds. I mean, really big picture. Back to the caveman days. Where do we find ourselves in the arc of human progress? Progress has always been about mastering the physical world. The plow modernized agriculture. The aqueduct created urbanization. Steam power created the Industrial Revolution. And the 40-foot shipping container accelerated globalization. Sustainability is the next chapter in human progress. And the key is making renewable technology economic. The benefits are moving from scarcity to abundance, changing from destructive to creative, shifting from resource-constrained to technology-enabled. So let's discuss that paradigm shift to sustainability, moving the energy industry from resource-constrained to technology-enabled. Historically, the energy industry focused on the extraction of scarce resources. For renewables, the logic is clear. Renewables are free and abundant and don't have to be extracted. While our fuel is free, our customers know the machines aren't free. The challenge is to make renewable technology so cheap that it's the obvious choice. How do we harvest the wind and sun smarter and more economically? Technology innovation makes renewables economic and finite resources obsolete. These wind and solar solutions are achievable near term. Those solutions are simply about driving down the cost. The path to achieving sustainability, and therefore human progress, relies on all of us becoming energy analysts. Energy analysts who understand the value and levers of driving costs down. And they use those levers to our advantage. We've just begun this journey. And by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but wind is winning. And why is wind winning? I don't know how many of you watched the NBA playoffs, but 2 years ago, no one thought the Golden State Warriors would be the next dominant team in the NBA. They shocked the world. They used data analytics to determine the best way to win. They figured out skill was more important than strength. They passed the ball better. They defended smarter. They used their pace and space game and three-point shooting to maximize points per possession. Like the Warriors, wind is winning because we're focusing on the right metrics. In our case, dollars per megawatt hour. Everyone in this room has focused on that metric of driving down cost, dollars per megawatt hour. We've driven down cost by technology advancement, including longer rotors, taller towers, advanced control, and product reliability. We further reduced costs by scaling installations, 42 gigawatts over the last 5 years. Investor appetite has grown, and we've lowered the cost of capital. And like Tom said, the real cost of wind power in the last 5 years has decreased by 60%. And in 2015, we proved it. We had record wind installations. We were the #1 source of new capacity. Google, Amazon, Facebook, they made sustainability commitments to 100% renewable energy. And they contracted for over 2 gigawatts of power. And even despite the court drama around the CPP, states and utilities are choosing wind simply because it's economic. Wind's time is now, and we need to take advantage of it. We need to be thinking bigger. Here's my goal for us. I believe that in our lifetime, the U.S. can be 80% powered by renewables. Yes, I said 80%. It's time to claim our share of the market. Let's take on the challenges and demonstrate why we should be number one. Coal is dying, with or without the CPP. Natural gas is a heavily subsidized transition fuel, not a solution. Even solar, the duck curve is proving that they can't stand alone. And frankly, storage has not yet arrived. So the question is not if, the question is how. We should be proud of what we've accomplished to date, but a day of reckoning is coming, and sooner perhaps than we think. Frankly, the PTC has helped us get here, but let's really be clear. Unless we get to a cost competitiveness after the phase-out, we will face a reckoning of a significantly smaller market, 2 gigawatts in 2021. We call it the Valley of Death. To successfully cross over that Valley of Death, we will need to get a cost of energy that beats solar and gas without incentives. Don't worry. We have a solution to crossing that Valley of Death. Let's take a minute and talk about it. Let's imagine your next big hire. Assume her name is Kate. She is a symbol of Generation Wind. Kate is an energy analyst architect. She's going to help us build that bridge over the Valley of Death. She graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering, and she went on to get her MBA. She knew the PTC bridge was well built, but it may come to an end. She knew solar technology was improving, so she'd have to keep up. She knew the rules of the game: supply and demand. If she could build it cheaply and reliably, she could win. She also knew that she needed a mindset change, which had to include both a holistic, qualitative view of where she wanted the industry to go and a quantitative view of how she was going to get there. She also knew she had strong building materials, including an improved capacity factor, lower CapEx, lower OpEx, and a lower cost of capital. She started out by calling the developers, the manufacturers, the O&M providers, the financiers, and the politicians, because she knew she couldn't do it alone. The fact of the matter is, everyone plays a part. And the fact of the matter is, everyone needs a Kate. Who's your Kate? So when we cross that bridge and we arrive on the right side of history, where energy is cleaner, it's cheaper, and abundant, what will that right side of history look like? The right side of history looks like a broad renewable energy coalition with wind, solar, and storage working together. The right side of history looks like a sustainable industry having a free market driven. The right side of history looks like regional market coordination and just-in-time transmission. The right side of history looks like Pattern and other developers thriving in an 8 to 10 gigawatt market. And the right side of history looks like Mid-Am and other utilities reaching their 100% renewable energy goals. So again, the right side of history looks like a world where energy is cleaner, cheaper, and abundant. So I ask you, will Generation Wind show they've contributed to bending the arc of human progress? When I think about the future, I want to believe that Generation Wind has a problem-solving mindset. I want to believe that Generation Wind won't let politics get in the way of what's good for states and America, business and consumers. I want to believe that Generation Wind will do a better job than my generation at extending the arc of human progress. I stand here ready to build the bridge, and I believe you're ready too. Thank you.